one tournament, 48 nations, and only one team gets to call themselves the greatest on the planet. But here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The defending champions are not the favorites this time. The old order is shifting. New kings are being crowned. And the team that is quietly, systematically, terrifyingly being built for World Cup glory in 2026 might not be the name you expect. Today, we're ranking the 10 biggest World Cup favorites. From dangerous contenders all the way up to the one team that, right now, the rest of the world is quietly terrified of. The FIFA World Cup has always been the great equalizer. It's where legends are born, dynasties collapse, and entire nations hold their breath for 90 minutes at a time. But 2026 feels different. Bigger, literally. For the first time ever, 48 teams are competing. More games, more chaos, more upsets, more moments that nobody saw coming. And with the tournament being played across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, the stakes and the audience have never been higher. So who actually has a real shot at lifting that trophy? We ranked them. We debated every placement. And we're ready to defend every one. So let's start at the bottom and work our way up to the team that no one wants to face. Number 10. The Netherlands. Here's the brutal irony of the Dutch. They are one of the most technically gifted footballing nations on earth. And they have exactly 0 World Cup trophies to prove it. Runners-up in 1974. Runners-up in 1978. Runners-up in 2010. They have an almost artistic ability to reach the final act and then watch someone else do the celebrating. The 2026 squad is built around Captain Virgil van Dijk, one of the most physically commanding defenders on the planet, leading a backline that also includes Mickey van de Ven and Jurrien Timberhair. In midfield, Frenkie de Jong pulls the strings, supported by Ryan Gravenberch and Tijani Reinders. Going forward, Cody Gakpo is a genuine match winner, and Memphis Depay, Holland's all-time record scorer, has earned his place in the squad despite fitness concerns. But the shadow over this entire campaign is the absence of Xavi Simons, their most inventive creative player, who was ruled out with a ruptured ACL. That injury removes a level of unpredictability this squad badly needed going into a knockout tournament. The Dutch problem has never been talent. It's always been the moment the pressure peaks, and they crack. Until they prove otherwise, they sit at the back of this list. Number 9. Germany. 4 World Cup titles. Ruthless, consistent, a machine that just keeps producing. And yet, Germany has been in a rebuilding cycle that has tested even the most patient supporters. Group stage exit in 2018. Round of 16 in 2022. Or for a nation with their history, those were identity crises. The new Germany under Julian Nagelsmann is built around 2 of the most exciting young attackers in European football. Jamal Musiala, who is managing his way back from a serious leg injury suffered earlier this year, is a dribbler, a creator, someone who makes defenders look clumsy in slow motion. Florian Wirtz, now at Liverpool, brings composure and creativity from deep. When both are at their best, Germany become genuinely dangerous. Joshua Kimmich provides the experience and defensive structure behind them. Kai Havertz leads the line with the ability to drop into space and create as well as finish. Germany is rebuilding. But the thing about Germany is they rebuild faster than anyone. Never write them off entirely. This is still a squad capable of a deep run on the right day. Number 8. Brazil. 5 World Cup titles, more than any nation in history. The yellowfish shirt, the beautiful game, the promise that football can be played with joy and creativity as weapons. And yet Brazil has not won a World Cup since 2002. 2 decades of carrying the heaviest expectations in football and coming up empty. The 2026 squad, assembled by Carlo Ancelotti, has genuine firepower. Vinicius Jr. is one of the 2 or 3 best players in the world right now. Devastating pace, ruthless finishing, capable of winning games by himself. Rafinha, in the form of his life at Barcelona, provides another attacking threat from wide. And then there's Neymar, the wild card. Included in this squad, despite everything, given one final chance to finally win the trophy that has always eluded him. But Brazil come in carrying painful absences. Rodrigo, one of their key attackers, is out injured. Estevão misses out as well. Those are real holes in what should be a deeper attacking unit. Brazil's problem in recent tournaments hasn't been quality. It's been mentality. The 7-1 collapse against Germany on home soil in 2014 remains the most shocking result in World Cup history. That ghost has never fully left. Brazil in 2026 is chasing redemption. That is both their fuel and their burden. Number 7. Argentina, the defending champions. And yes, we put the team that won the last World Cup at number 7. So let us explain. What Argentina did in Qatar in 2022 was one of the most extraordinary things sport has ever produced. They lost their first game to Saudi Arabia, one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history. They were on the edge, and then they went on a run that rewrote everything. Grinding past Australia, dismantling the Netherlands, eliminating Croatia, and then in the finals staging a comeback for the ages against France. 2-0 up, France pulled it back to 3-3 in extra time, then penalties. Goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez saved what needed saving. And Lionel Messi, finally, lifted the World Cup. The core group is back. Enzo Fernandez in midfield, Alexis Mac Allister, Rodrigo de Paul, Julian Alvarez, who scored 4 goals in Qatar, now at Atletico Madrid. Lautaro Martinez leading the line. Lisandro Martinez and Christian Romero anchoring the defense. But the reason Argentina are 7th on this list comes down to one question that hangs over everything. How much does a 38-year-old Lionel Messi, playing in MLS with Inter Miami, have left to give across an entire tournament? He is still Messi. He is still the greatest player in history. But the teams ranked above Argentina on this list all have their best players in the absolute prime of their powers. Argentina's greatest weapon is aging into the twilight of his career. That gap is real. It matters. Number 6. Morocco. If you watched the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, you already know why Morocco is on this list. They became the first African nation in history to reach the semifinal. They knocked out Belgium. They knocked out Spain. They knocked out Portugal. They did it with a defensive structure so suffocating and so collectively intelligent that world-class attackers looked confused for 90 minutes at a time. The 2026 squad is led by Captain Achraf Hakimi of Paris Saint-Germain, one of the most dynamic right-backs in the world. In midfield, Sofiane Amrabat, now at Real Betis, remains the most destructive defensive presence in this Morocco team, cutting off attacking moves before they start. Bilal El Khanous of Stuttgart and the exciting Neil El Ainaoui from Roma offer creative spark, and Brahim Diaz, the Real Madrid forward, provides the individual quality to unlock compact defenses going forward. Morocco doesn't just want to reach a semi-final again. They believe they can go all the way, and a team that carries that belief, with the structure to back it up, is a nightmare draw for any nation in this bracket. If you're enjoying this breakdown, hit like and subscribe, because the World Cup stories we're covering this summer are just getting started, and you do not want to miss what's coming. Number 5. The United States. Before you scroll to the comments, hear this out completely. This is not the US soccer team of 15 years ago. This squad is packed with technically elite players who were developed in some of the most competitive football environments in the world. Christian Pulisic, the captain, plays for AC Milan in Serie A. Weston McKennie brings Champions League experience from Juventus. Gio Reyna, fully fit and named in this squad, gives the US a creative dimension they've rarely had at a World Cup before. Folarin Balogun, now at Monaco, is a striker who knows how to score at a high level consistently. Malik Tillman from Bayer Leverkusen adds versatility and a goal threat from midfield. But here's what makes the US genuinely dangerous beyond just their players. Home advantage at a World Cup is historically significant. Host nations have won the tournament 6 times. The crowd, the travel advantage, the emotional fuel of playing in front of tens of thousands of your own fans. It changes matches. It changes players. The US have the squad to reach a quarter-final. And in knockout football, once you're in the last 8, anything can happen. Never underestimate a hungry team playing at home. Number 4. Portugal. And the Ronaldo conversation has to happen one final time, because it defines everything about where Portugal sits. Cristiano Ronaldo is 41 years old and heading to a record 6th World Cup with Portugal. He is the all-time leading scorer in men's international football, with 143 goals. He finished as top scorer at the 2025 Nations League, which Portugal won. This is almost certainly his last chance to win the one major trophy that has always escaped him. But here is what is genuinely exciting about Portugal in 2026. This squad no longer depends on Ronaldo alone to function. Bruno Fernandes is the engine of this side, creative, direct, capable of decisive moments from midfield. João Neves and Vitinha, both playing for PSG at club level, form one of the most technically accomplished central midfield partnerships heading into this tournament. Bernardo Silva brings intelligence and consistency that very few international midfielders can match. And in behind Ronaldo, Rafael Leão and Francisco Conceição provide pace and directness on the wings. Ruben Dias marshals a defense that has been among the most organized in European football. Nuno Mendes at left back is arguably the best attacking fullback at the entire tournament. Portugal arrived here as reigning Nations League champions. They are built to go deep. The question is whether Roberto Martinez gets the balance right, using Ronaldo's finishing without sacrificing the team's energy and speed. When Portugal played without him against the US in March, they were quicker and better balanced. Get that equation right, and Portugal can trouble any team left in this draw. Number 3. Spain. Spain doesn't just play football, they conduct it. Short passes, triangles, pressing from the front, wearing teams down until the opponent makes a mistake, and then punishing it efficiently. 1 World Cup, 2 back-to-back European Championships before that, including Euro 2024. The reigning champions of Europe, and now they arrive at the 2026 World Cup with what might be the most exciting Spanish squad in over a decade. The headline is Lamine Yamal, 18 years old, already carrying 2 La Liga titles and 2 Laureus awards. At Euro 2024, as a 16-year-old, he was the best player in the tournament. On the left wing, Nico Williams of Athletic Club gives Spain a direct, pacey threat that forces defenders into bad decisions. In midfield, the balance between Rodri, the 2024 Ballon d'Or winner, Pedri, Gavi, and Martin Zubimendi is genuinely extraordinary. Spain do not have a weak link in that area of the pitch. One note worth tracking. There are no Real Madrid players in this squad, a remarkable fact for Spain, meaning the chemistry is built almost entirely around a Barcelona and Premier League core. Whether that matters on the biggest stage, we'll find out. Spain's historical weakness has always been teams with physical directness, who can outmuscle and outpace them. But this generation plays with a speed and directness that the tiki-taka era never had. They have evolved. And in tournament football, Spain being exciting is a very dangerous thing. Number 2. England, 1966. That is the last time England won a major tournament. If you're an American thinking about passionate sports fan bases, imagine a country that has been waiting 60 years for a single moment of glory. Every tournament, the same hope, the same belief, the same heartbreak. But the 2026 England squad, under new manager Thomas Tuchel, might be the most complete England has ever assembled. And it comes with genuine controversy. Tuchel left out Phil Foden and Trent Alexander-Arnold entirely, 2 players many considered certainties. Cole Palmer didn't make it either. Those omissions sent shockwaves through the fan base. What Tuchel has instead is a squad built on intensity, tactical discipline, and individual quality at key positions. Jude Bellingham plays for Real Madrid, the most prestigious club in football, and is 22 years old at his 2nd World Cup. He plays in behind the striker with a late-running goal threat, a press-triggering mentality, and the kind of match-winning instinct that managers spend careers trying to coach into players. It either lives in someone or it doesn't. Harry Kane, the all-time record scorer for England, leads the line from Bayern Munich. This summer, he becomes the first England captain to appear at 3 World Cups since Billy Wright in the 1950s. With 60 goals across all competitions this past season, Kane is in the best scoring form of his life. Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice anchor the right side and the midfield respectively. Marcus Rashford, back from Barcelona on loan, brings pace and directness off the left. The mental scars are real. Euro 2020 final. The 2022 World Cup exit. England have been close before, but this squad has a harder edge, a more tactically coherent structure under Tuchel, and an attacking depth that no previous England team has come close to matching. They are number 2, and they are coming for the top spot. And then there is one, France. Let's start with a fact that puts everything in perspective. France won the 2018 World Cup with a squad so deep that their best player at the time was barely even a starter. That player was Kylian Mbappé. He was 19 years old. He is now 27. He plays for Real Madrid. He is the most feared attacker in world football, not just because of pace, though his pace is the kind that makes defenders look like they're standing still, but because of how complete he has become. 41 goals across all competitions for Real Madrid this past season alone. 56 international goals. He doesn't just win games, he decides them. But France in 2026 is not just Mbappé. That is what makes them truly frightening. N'Golo Kanté, now at Fenerbahce, is back in this squad and back to his most impactful. A player who seems to exist in multiple places at once, cutting off passing lanes, winning back possession, and immediately setting the team in motion going forward. Aurélien Tchouaméni at Real Madrid sits alongside him, bringing composure and physicality in equal measure. Warren Zaïre-Emery from PSG adds energy and forward thinking from midfield at just 20 years old. Out wide, the options are extraordinary. Bradley Barcola, Ousmane Dembélé, Michael Olise, Ryan Cherki, who has just moved to Manchester City, Désiré Doué. The attacking depth France carry into this tournament is almost unreasonable. Up front, Marcus Thuram leads the line with power and technical quality. Jean-Philippe Mateta offers a different physical profile. And behind all of it, William Saliba of Arsenal anchors a defense that is among the most organized in world football, with Ibrahima Konaté and Jules Koundé forming a backline nobody wants to attack. Here is the number that defines why France sit at the top of this list. In Qatar in 2022, they came within a penalty shootout of back-to-back World Cup titles. They were 3-3 against Argentina in the final. Having come back from 2-0 down, 2 kicks of a football separated France from becoming the first nation to win consecutive World Cups in 60 years. They have spent the time since getting sharper, deeper, and hungrier. Mbappé is in the prime years of the greatest career in current world football. The squad around him is deeper than any French team in recent memory. Every other nation in this tournament is preparing their tactics and quietly asking themselves the same question: what do we do about France? There is no clean answer. And that is why France are number 1. 10 nations, 10 different stories, 10 different reasons to believe. The Netherlands, cursed by history but rebuilt with Premier League quality. Germany, rebuilding around Musiala and Wirtz, and daring to believe again. Brazil, armed with Vinicius, Rafinha, and a returned Neymar, chasing a title that has been 24 years in the making. The defending champions Argentina, with Messi leading them on what could be his final dance. Morocco, carrying an entire continent's dream and the structure to make it real. The United States, playing at home for the first time with the most talented American squad in history. Portugal, built around their greatest ever player making his last run at the one prize that still escapes him. Spain, young, evolved, electric, and dangerous. England daring one more time to believe. And France, loaded, hungry, unfinished. This is what the World Cup is. It is not just a football tournament. It is 60 years of history compressed into 90 minutes. Played in your city, in your country, in front of the largest sporting audience on the planet. And we haven't even kicked a ball yet. So tell us in the comments, do you agree that France are the #1 favorites? And which team on this list did we rank too low or too high? Drop it below. We read every single one. If this video got you locked in for the tournament, subscribe. We've got breakdowns, upsets, and stories coming all the way through the